2 rifles. Cloud and Hoodie.
NRG will definitely have had some conversations with JETT, their coach, and a VOD review session, I'm sure, about how the defense went so poorly versus KILLJOY. But for me, when I was watching the game, I feel like a lot of it came down to them just straight up being slow to begin, weak in the duels, which is not a normal NRG thing, but they were getting eaten alive by Trex, in particular, Shados. Giants have got some nasty fraggers too. NRG are definitely warmed up, you know, they've been doing DM now for the last 2 maps, basically. But if Cloud wakes up, who's been having a bit of a quiet game so far, you've got some dangerous players. Cloud, Fatinho, NUKKYE.
Finesse. Oh, wow. The entirety of their team now towards B, and they know.
Good read.
Yeah, good read. Giants just evacuate.
No risk whatsoever.
Getting the hell out of there as soon as they hear the first pistol shot.
30 seconds left.
I'm going to be keeping a close eye over the course of this map as well to ARDIIS as a player and the kind of impact he can have, because we saw him turn up when he was playing the JETT, but, you know, self-proclaimed flexible player, but it's a lot harder to have the same kind of input and impact.
Yeah, it's a rough roll.
Yeah, when your role is relegated, especially down to that Sage, but...
Tell you what, NUKKYE looked fantastic in his opener playing Sage against Detonation. Obviously, a very different tier of opponent. Yeah. I think NRG, by the look of it, just going to try and play to die to the spike.
Yep.
Kill anybody that tries to escape through that avenue. But yeah, Brent, I am so interested in seeing that. In fact, the head-to-head, if anything, of ARDIIS NUKKYE to see who can get more value from a really low value position. If one of them ends up overperforming what you expect from a Sage on ICEBOX, that could absolutely be a difference maker.
Yeah. It's a similar tale for both of those players, honestly, as well. The fact that, you know, we think of them playing duelist, or in some cases for ARDIIS playing that chamber the prior year, but both taking more of a back seat in these new rosters that they found themselves on. More supportive roles indeed, but the mechanical skill is still theirs. Definitely seeing glimmers of it.
So Giants with a lot of weaponry heading into round 3. Can Rhyme cook something up here? You said it earlier, Brent, the battle of the IGLs, Rhyme getting the better end of Lotus. FNS had a pretty decisive clapback on Haven.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, so heading into this 3rd map, though, it's fairly equal. If Rhyme can cook up something great to dismantle the NRG defense, he'll put a lot of pressure on FNS.
Yeah. Fine, not even that bad, honestly, for Giants with the 2 Vandals still in the hands of Cloud and Hoodie. They didn't end up losing those, and it's a similar play towards B main, making sure that they take this space.
And that's great spam.
Oh, it's lovely spam, yeah.
This is something that SOM wasn't doing too much, and FNS wasn't doing too much. Last time they played ICEBOX against KOI, they were kind of letting the plant go down for free on B. I like this, getting much more proactive, spamming the normal lines, and NUKKYE's been taken down. That's the Sage out of play.
And how do you want to play this now? Because you don't have that wall to try and get that safe plant. In fact, it's a whole ton of utility as well. A deep alarm bot in case they push past the wall.
And this is, I think, the big problem with Sage comps on ICEBOX. If the Sage dies, you got nothing. You don't have a boom bot or a flash from a KO or anything like that to be able to get deep into the site and create space for yourself. So if NUKKYE falls, where do Giants go?
Yeah, and time is starting to run low now in this round. 30 seconds remaining, waiting for that fuel to come back online here. So Rhyme's going to be sending that wall back up, but how do they want to take this one? All of the players gearing up for potential push forwards, and it looks like they are trying to take matters into their own hands, right past the wall. But what? You can't be pulling that out, Victor, not again! But he rips it around, and the spray down finds his targets.
How is it always Victor?
This guy, yeah, I don't know, blessed on LAN or something. Someone check his PC.
He's got a horseshoe stuck up his ass. he's finding 4-leaf clovers every time he goes outside.
That is, yeah, maybe just resetting his aim, but...
No, there's no way, man.
I don't know, man.
He is falling and shooting there.
That is quite absurd.
He's made a pact with the devil or the dev team, and I'm not sure which.
Just absurd, but NRG, they get that round online for them, so they don't fall prey to that bonus round. I think Giants might struggle as well with how slow they've been playing. NRG is disciplined enough that They've got good rotations of that util. The knife, as well, you can see getting really good value from Victor, spotting, I believe, 2 players there in B main. Redrone, 1 player found. Tino has to back away.
And this defensive setup from NRG, you see CRASHIES come to reinforce ARDIIS. ARDIIS was playing on his own defending A quite a bit against KOI, as NRG were forced to pull a lot of attention towards mid. You remember that dash to break the turret that Wolfen was doing all the time?
Yeah.
That made the A defense a lot weaker, and now CRASHIES is right there with ARDIIS, ready to support. They have recon dart if there's anything to happen, wall to put up as well to make it so difficult, and now a full stack.
I mean, this is just a fantastic read by NRG. CRASHIES playing in this really up-close position. Wall online for ARDIIS, though, and now he's got a great angle just to peek himself over and try and take that fight. Dash forwards into Nest, and CRASHIES was holding for it,
awesome
waiting
read.
it, and then the wall's still up, just trying to swing through. NUKKYE making the most of the situation, but not enough for them. Lovely spray down by Som. The aim resets there, and this guy is just firing on all cylinders. That's a flawless round for them.
And that has just been the word to use for NRG on Haven, and now the first couple of important rounds on ICEBOX to make NRG commit resources to it, so that it frees up the site. Yeah.
In this particular instance, Giants obviously, as we said prior, knocked down to that half by round, a bit of an eco for them. ARDIIS, this angle, oh my goodness, that's a little bit strained, I would say.
All good.
A wider swing, he does survive, doesn't he, and gets the wall online as well, so a drone getting the most value, actually. I think that's 2 tags.
That's a weird wall, though. I don't think he's gonna. I mean, look at that wall. Any attacker from pipes can just jump over it.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
It's fine. Eco round 3v5. Giants not looking to pose too much difficulty here.
They've got him contained as well. A deeper push by Som in mid. He's getting a lot of information right now for them as well, knowing that they haven't crossed.
Yeah. I think the big question here is going to be what Giants do in the next. Yeah, can they inflict any level of damage to keep NRG's economy in check? It's not looking likely. An ace from ARDIIS.
Yeah, some confidence kills.
Get the eco kills.
He spotted. I wonder if they're just going to try and give it to him. Yep, there was a flash to try and set him up. He wants to chase it.
Go for it, ARDIIS.
See if NUKKYE will shut him down or what. There's the dart, and there we go. Easy pickings.
It's not quite as impressive as Som's ace.
No.
It's not going to make it to the frag movies, I don't think. Just cleaning up the players, sheriffs everywhere.
Gets the confidence up, though, and now he's 1 away from an ult.
Yeah.
Funneling all those kills.
Makes it look better on the stats at the end of the game.
Of course.
But this is the round where Giants took their timeout to try and solve, right? This is where Giants have got to come up with a game plan. They don't have any big ults to work with, but 1 away from HOODY's lockdown. So if they try and play towards B control early on in the round, they might be able to pick that up and use it wherever they like. Having said that, HOODY is not with the B players.
Yeah, it's going to be that 2-3 split. Not too much emphasis being placed onto mid by Giants. Again, another knife by Victor, just getting absolutely ridiculous value. I think it tagged all 3 players there.
Yeah, these knives are fantastic. Just a lineup that you've got to be aware of, I think, and play around the timing. And the problem with that is if you do just wait, you're worried that NRG have taken all of that space in B main, and then you might have a much more difficult time on that area of the map. The spike is still committed to B, despite the fact that Giants are taking space in A. It's kept 3 of the defenders on the A side. But I think Som's position is still going to be a bit dangerous here. Cloud with a recon dart. He's been sending it kind of towards where the wall ends. I don't know what you call that area of the map. But to a wall behind Som. I think that's going to be really predictable.
Flash repeat there from Som, and he has spotted out that there are players still there.
Same.
Does he still want to be playing here? Oh my goodness, a bit of back away, spam over the top, and again, you can see that value. Victor spots 4 players, but there's 29 seconds left, and the time is running low once more. Toxins are up here for Rhyme, but it's how they use this utility in the wall. Drop down, it's weakened. Not enough spam for them, but it is Victor again who's just claiming these kills. Right down this line of sight angle, it's watched for the counter spam there to try and survive, but time again is the name of the game with 10 seconds remaining. The spike drops to the ground and crashes with the ult. Josh, you called it. Not enough time for them to try and win this one now. The players just need to survive, and CRASHIES understands that fully well. holding close to the corner. Another round going to be won here for NRG, and I'm just not seeing enough early round pressure from Giants, something to try and at least force rotations, giving them an advantage here. The util is just brutal when they try and run down the clock like that.
Yeah, but I think full credit to NRG for actually forcing the clock down. If you look at some of these knives from Victor, you were calling it out, Brent. Beginning of the round, it tags onto tons of them. So they're worried about a B stack. And then there was a second 0 point that came through, and it suppressed NUKKYE, it suppresses Rhyme. They don't have the wall, Viper or Sage wall, so they can't plant. And then as soon as, you know, the NRG players have got...
When it comes to this team and this roster, but...
And we're back into the game, but it is Giants on another eco. NUKKYE with a hero rifle, and Fatinho's got a blade storm to work with, so there is some danger. But it's not great.
Not great. Could do some damage with it though. Drone's going to get broken, spots the one player, so they know they're loitering around that area at least of a few.
And the ult situation's devastating too. Even if the NRG players die or get a single kill, so many of them are going to get ults online for the next important round.
There's just so much utility to try and chew through. Doing this setup, look at that, the alarm bot being utilized actually for the one side there.
Fatinho needs a pop-off round here.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way you can really salvage this one, otherwise that doesn't look ideal. Pings going towards mid here by the Giants players, so yeah, okay.
Mid to A attempt.
With 40 seconds left.
They never work, Brent.
They don't really work, no.
Oh, maybe they were just worried about somebody flanking them. It's going to be an A re-hit, but NUKKYE got suppressed. And I think that should give them the read that it's going to be an A re-hit.
Yeah, I think this is just a particularly awkward round for them. Shock darts lay it down. Util players just getting beamed down as they try and cross into these angles. And
brutal.
Yeah, brutal for them. There you go. And these kills as well are going to start to get a lot of ults online for NRG as well. I think FNS was one away from his ult, I believe. Yep, so he's got that online just from dying.
And as did Victor, I believe, get his null command online. So things become really difficult here for NRG. Sorry, for Giants to take rounds off NRG. Completely in control of this game.
Now we see Giants again. Opportunity to respond here, but steadily this half is slipping away from them. The series is slipping away from them. Same sort of drone being used. That's cut out early though, so it doesn't get a good clearance of B main for Cloud.
And ARDIIS has got his operator online. I don't know whether they spotted it on B, but they're definitely avoiding it, whether intentionally or not. ARDIIS is up. It was a bit of a game changer even in the game against KILLJOY, but he was only able to get it online in round 10. This time, the economy working way better for NRG. Online just after the halfway point.
Deep position by CRASHIES. He's played here before, narrowly avoiding the shots that were sent his way, but again, it's that dash play. The Fatinho was there, and it feels like, again, counterplay on the part of CRASHIES. Holding close so we can punish it. What do you do if you're lacking your Jett to be able to get past this Viper wall? Again, just bogged down by ARDIIS util. So difficult, but now wall being used in response to all of this. Crossfire as well set up on top of 410. Hoody's going to be dropping back, but last player left standing.
30 seconds left.
Got to pull off a miracle, and it's just not happening, is it? NRG looking so largely in control now.
And it's sublime gameplay from CRASHIES. He is controlling this game. Hey, he's not at the top of the scoreboard because ARDIIS got that free ace against the ecos. But in terms of impact frags in the important rounds, it's been CRASHIES. The fact that they're spamming his position, don't do any damage to him, and he still gets the kill on Fatinho. The Giants have to make an adjustment to that. They are never going to win an A round if CRASHIES is always killing Fatinho, and there's no trade possibility. You either need to pound that area with util, and they don't have enough. You know, they don't have a comp that really can throw a lot up there. Or they need somebody going across the rope with Fatinho, I think. Where Fatinho dashes to the left, and someone goes across the rope to the right, and they sandwich CRASHIES.
Something to break it.
Make a flat patty out of him.
You can just see how difficult it is for Giants. Even on this round, Obviously stacked up, seeing if they can get really good fights with the weaker buys that they got. Tagged up, but he did manage to catch that timing, so he's worked his way around. A slow orb doing a lot to slow him down, and there is that trade in play, so...
Viper's Pit.
Yeah, rifle picked up as well. Rhyme could drop this down.
I think you've got to drop this down.
There's a wall in play as well.
This is one of your best opportunities to win a round. I know you're 2v3, but still not going for it.
Not opting. A little bit worried there. That was a little bit miscoordination, I think, but Victor does make the most of it, I think. The flash did miss at the end of the day, just down to Fatinho now. 1v2. Tap onto the spike, and they double face it. They know he has to wide swing that.
And whether they've got a plan for the Viper's Pit in another round or lacking the confidence to pull that off, they went for the res instead on Fatinho, who didn't have a rifle, and it all just falls to pieces.
Yeah.
Giants with such a good opportunity to make something of that half after they've just been devastated ever since the pistol. This is now looking as one-sided as Haven.
Yeah. It comes back to that question, you know. Does a team like Giants have it in them to be able to come back? When you get battered in the previous map, the series, you know, in theory, so close before them being able to knock out a team like NRG. It's 1-1 in the singular limb tournament.
And I wonder if Rhyme got rattled a little bit, because we've seen some uninspired calling, and he's fragging to the bottom of the scoreboard too. Maybe just got taken out of his headspace a little bit, but Giants are going fast here.
Yep, a fast play is the answer. That not being broken. Fatinho still just holding close. Now the Viper's Pit will get them in, but oh my words! Victor just absolutely snapping it around. That rifle spam over the top. Hoodie will punish that util being used by CRASHIES. Did not have a weapon in his hands, but there is a res available. Now the shorties. Out in the hands of them. Rhyme will be able to get that plant down. Lockdowns as well. Exchange. Now a Hunter's Fury to try and break one section of it. Up close and personal. CRASHIES deals with it once more, but the trades are good by Rhyme. Still holding it towards the back, but the lockdowns, they weren't dealt with, and ARDIIS gets detained.
Oh, rough timing.
Massive mistake on either side here. Anything could really happen on the top, but Everness dealt with. Just trying to run and punish something. ARDIIS now with the operator in this retake. Swaps it out for the rifle with only 10 bullets. They almost lined it up for him, but critically, Giants, they get another round.
And I was being critical of Rhyme, and he immediately pulls out a huge round. 3 kills, but also being able to put down the pit. Clearly, I mean, he had the game plan for it, right? They just wanted to go fast into the A site. Fatinho not going to top site this time, so not worried about CRASHIES. And they pop down the ult and play off it. Rhyme also covering Cloud as he went for a ambitious Hunter's Fury. Being the playmaker and the trader in very crucial spots. But can they do that again without the pit?
And this is just ridiculous now. I think Cloud has been droning the same position at the beginning, and it's been cancelled every round is what it feels like.
Yeah, that is a 5-player suppress from Victor's 0 point.
It's the same thing. It just keeps cancelling the drone. It's a difficult... I don't think it's possible to break the knife immediately unless you really wide swing, but I think you've got to just try and add an extra layer to it. Maybe Fatinho with the updraft dash play over to cut across, but no, they saved it for Yellow, and guess what? Well, Som's just ready and waiting. Not too many players there. The angles watched for. Nanoswarm at his feet. Has to back away, and with Everness falling, just that bit more dangerous now. Hunter's Fury, and this is what causes Som to really push forwards. Doesn't know where these players are exactly. But the space has been bored, and that pressure relieved from Som when he was really in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, CRASHIES' ultimate is amazing there at relieving pressure on Som, but Giants just have no idea how to deal with it.
Oh my goodness. And this off angle, he's just been playing it over and over again now. Always finding these players. Down to Rhyme. Flank timing the wall. Saving him for but a moment, but not even enough. What a massive round from Som. Claiming forward the help of his team as well, just backing them up.
And there are so many times that we've seen KOI and Giants now looking like they have no clue how to deal with Som just anchoring a normal position at Yellow. And I think you have to credit the rest of NRG for helping him in those spots, breaking the recon darts that are down there, covering him so that he can't be swung from the left. So Som only has to worry about people pushing him from the right side of Yellow. They're simplifying Som's job so that all he has to do is hit shots on the one player that's contesting him.
Now we enter that final round of the first half here, so.
It's a terrible buy, too, from Giants.
It's, yeah. Just nothing in the bank to get any sort of decent purchase going. Of course, have 2 rifles, but it feels like Giants just running out of ideas a lot of the time. That drone gets such good information, honestly. Fatino rotating towards A. Gonna make them quite aware of this now. You can see that drone coming through. ARDIIS has to back away. Was tagged up. Doesn't drop down the wall, but the Viper wall is going to be causing a lot of issues. And now the no command. So many tools at the disposal of NRG to just start rotating here. And a kill needs to be found for them. But it just doesn't look likely. All that utility being dumped into the one angle. Triple face as well at the end. NUKKYE doesn't stand a chance in hell.
And ever since Giants won on Lotus, it has been just a big old nothing burger from them. They have not found, they can't buy a round at the moment.
Yeah, it's just absolutely brutal. Well, that's going to do it for the first half of ICEBOX. Let's send it down to the desk to break it all down so far.
I tell you right now, NRG.
Great start to the series overall, being able to take Lotus, but I think you guys on the desk said it best. You know, they really have rattled the cage and awoken the beast that is NRG.
And I'm so worried for Giants now because 3-9 down. And NRG so far in this series have got the plant on their attack 24 out of 25 times. I mean, they've literally got the spike down 24 out of 25 times. Ridiculous.
This pistol round set up by Giants so far. There is a bit of utility being used here just to relieve the pressure. The nanoswarm at the back so that Fatino can play there, but the recon dart wasn't broken. Guess what? CRASHIES, who's right behind him, playing inside the cloudburst. Oh my goodness, eventually dealt with. But the wall is down, and it's an unusual plant location, but yet again, NRG going to be offered that chance to play in this post plant.
If the wall can be broken, ARDIIS is in a bit of a sticky spot.
Shock darts are good to clear off a lot of that utility. I believe that was 2 nanoswarms on there, but they want to take the fight to them once more.
Whoa.
No bullets in the clip, has to reload, hurt the drop, a bit of run and gun action with the frenzies. And how do they want to play this one now? Because time is running low. FNS just backing away. The headshot found, and there will be no respite from this one. NRG just continuing to plow their way forwards.
I think this match is demonstrating the value of experience. It really is giving me flashbacks to DRX playing against BBL, where one of the maps is really close and that underdog team is able to push the favorite to the very limit. And then the other 2 maps, they just collapse.
Yeah.
And the depth in the map pool or the experience on stage, the clutch factor, whatever you want to attribute it to, these teams that have gone really deep before have gone deep for a reason. It's going to be a force buy for Giants. As they try and make something of this, they're forced to.
Yeah, it's a must. An absolute must. They're going to need something special. It's a slower play by NRG in this round. You can see them just taking the space for now, waiting to see if there's some utility being used. Cloud's drone. And it fades away. Doesn't spot a thing other than the turret. No information given. Players start to rotate back off from Giants. They expect it to be a different area entirely. And FNS, what a call to make to just contact up. Patino left unaware, and no one was watching that angle for him. Wonderful timings, but still, damage being done. NUKKYE does make it a bit more even. Where is he playing right now? On top of the wall, still dealt with. ARDIIS eventually connecting the shots and planning right behind the wall. Needs a bit of coverage. Someone wants to play up close. That 2v2 has to be a win now for Giants.
It's desperate.
Finding the angle, it's a double fight. They know he's close now and weak enough that it is just once again easy pickings.
A Giants throw their last desperate attempt against the wall, but to no avail. NRG are cleaning this up. It just looks impossible for Giants to find a foothold in this map.
They had like one round. One round was the case.
One enemy remaining.
They ended up winning prior, and other than that was the pistol and the anti-eco.
Yeah.
It's just been
utter devastation.
Nothing going for them. Yeah, nothing going for them.
And Bren, we talked about ARDIIS, you know, whether or not he'd be able to have this level of impact now going over to the Sage. He certainly has here.
Yeah, there's been no drop-off in his individual performance.
Not in the slightest.
Guy is demolishing.
Even if you take out the anti-eco ace, he's still been putting up very consistent results, anchoring fantastically, and he's not even going to be asked to do much on this attack side.
So NRG opting for a very similar play. Drone was used prior by Cloud, so he doesn't have that tool. Contact working their way up, but we'll see if there's some util behind this just to make it that much more dangerous. Now just holding. Now the dart's online. Knife against the back, that gets broken, and that is going to prompt for that Viper Ward to go up. It's difficult to try and push through this one. Rhyme holding close now to 410. Needs a massive shot, needs a massive play to happen. Still the players are there, one shot found, but a trade necessary now with the spray down. So I'm still cleaning them up and doing the most for them. Hoodie drops down to 1 HP.
But allowed to escape.
Yeah, plays his life now, still down to that 2v2. Crashies, watching the one particular angle, has to know the rest of them are coming just in case they are on rafters, but biding their time now down to Vitinho. What can he do? Spectre in his hands isn't the best weapon for the job. And Hoodie falls at the end. Som cleans it up and an ace to finish. Impeccable performance from this guy. When the expectations were rough, they were up in the air just before the tournament even began, but he has showcased just absolutely amazing stuff over the course of this tournament.
Yes, Som looks monstrously good. ICEBOX, his playground, the way he weaves around the defenders to pick up every crucial, important kill here.
So calm.
And exuberant at the end. They can feel it. 1,000 chances here for NRG to put the nail in Giants' coffin. It is inevitable, inexorable. Giants have had nothing to say for these last two maps.
Not much, but maybe Cloud could make a minor difference there. No one quite watching that angle. See what the reaction is now from NRG, but you are right, Josh. It's a mountain to climb, and maybe you need a couple of moments like that just to offset it. Enough damage done to Som that the turret eventually finishes the job and a push through. Well, not a care in the world from the Giants players. Sometimes you've got to make the non-percentage play.
Okay, so one of those 1,000 chances taken away. And NRG knocked down onto a bad eco.
So, okay.
Could Giants possibly put something together here? I just don't think so. I mean, it is so far away from being a close game at all.
It's got to be 8 in a row. It's got to be 8 in a row. It's just nigh impossible.
And for Giants, their backs against the wall, their first time on stage. And for a lot of these players, first time on a big stage as well. It's only NUKKYE and HOODY that have that experience turning up to an event of this size.
Rhyme just holding that close angle there. Jump peek almost getting punished. Rushes over, extending himself, and now the drone's going to be used. A lot of positioning, a lot of knowledge going to be gained, and, well, watched for players all over the place now. Hunter's Fury, that's a re-swing into mid. That is a great punish by Som. But eventually traded once more, and you are left in this 2v2. It's so scrappy that honestly it could be anyone's game, even still. ARDIIS, oh my god, doesn't even opt for the play, doesn't even opt for the spike to go down, but HOODY does claim the kill. FNS so low that it's really just coming down to timings. Whew.
And that's a round where NRG have terrible weaponry, and it's still down to a 1v1 where I don't know how HOODY pulls it out. The Brazilian crowd are rooting very heavily for Giants here.
Enemy remaining.
I think that might just be the classic loud NRG rivalry.
Yeah.
But there's another one. 7 in a row now required for Giants. But NRG with weapons in the hand and crazy ultimates to work
massive ultimates, isn't it?
They can just throw everything towards the A site here if they wanted to. They could probably get in just with Victor's ultimate and then play post-plant, lockdown, Viper's Pit, whatever they want.
Here we go. Call gets made there. So no command popped off, but an instant response there with the lockdown.
Yeah, that's a really nice play, actually. HOODY's got to have been waiting for that ready to use instantly as a response.
Yeah. So it does push them back.
But part of the problem with this is they've still got FNS's ult to take the site.
There's just too many tools. How do you break all of them down? You need, again, a bit of a risky play. That's how Giants have been catching the glimpses of victory these few rounds that they have managed to get. Been off the back of just chaos injected into it.
Okay, so lockdown used, and the nano swarms on the other side. Do they have a shock dart to combo with this? Here it comes.
Shock dart, nano swarm, a lot of damage. That does break the lockdown.
Well played, well anticipated by Giants.
Another plan, but what else can be done now? Coutinho, operator purchase. Just trying to catch these random stray shots into it. 30 seconds drop down now, and CRASHIES looks like he wants to try and make a play. And look at this, Cloud holding close. The angle watched for. There was an attempt of a push through. The wall not being broken, though. They are set up for success, potentially. ARDIIS dropped down to know-how for it all, and it's all up to Everness. But a 1v5, Giants. Good utility, an amazing round by Cloud individually.
Fantastic stuff there from Giants, and glimmers of life.
Yeah.
Perhaps the pressure relieved from their shoulders a little bit now that there's nothing to lose. They just have to send full pedal to the metal. Prime Gaming flawless there. And in case you're wondering, in the new patch, those double nanoswarms wouldn't have dealt with the lockdown just on their own. They needed both of the nanoswarms, and that does 180 damage to a 200 health lockdown. So Cloud's shock darts were also required, necessary, to break that up. Good anticipation, and Pipson with a bit of a giggle there.
Just laughing.
Good to see them a little loose.
Yeah. It's almost necessary, I think, in these kind of positions as well. If you tense up a little bit too much, you just slip further into despair. But
They almost worked for NRG.
they almost stole back away based on that. So they are knocked down to the Stingers and the half armor.
Fatinho's going to get challenged here with the operator over towards B. He's 3-16 right now, a far cry away from how good he was in map 1.
And look at the difference in terms of the value that drone's able to get from one half to the next. Cloud was always getting denied with the knife, but it pushes Fatinho all the way back. Gotta respect that.
He's playing in front of the Viper wall, though.
Yeah.
Looking to get cheeky.
Flash over the top and a dart, just in case.
But there's no one there from
Ooh,
Giants.
what a
Oh
repeat.
my God, he still gets it.
Yep, just takes ARDIIS' head off. A little bit overkill for the job still. Now the players are moving forwards. NRG, what is that? The fragment nade drop to their feet. And they're getting low, Moving forwards, it's all up to Victor. And maybe with a few more bullets, he could have made some magic happen, but ultimately got a bit scrappy still. Giants, they do claim the round.
Bit of a confidence play, perhaps, from Fatinho, too.
Yep, Lord knows he needs it.
Yeah,
Sitting
he
at
definitely
5 and 17 right now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to get anything going. From 20 kills in the first half of this series, it's just been a slow slide down as Fatinho's countered, and the rest of his team's not been in the same kind of position or with the same game plan to help.
Here comes another incredibly pivotal round. Honestly, every single round pivotal for Giants. No room to breathe, there's no buffer.
But this one particularly dangerous, I would say.
Yeah, especially because NRG have got an investment across the board. Those rifles in their hands now. They can take a few more risks as well. The fact that ARDIIS has that, or is available, CRASHIES. Oh, this timing. Fatinho unaware of this. If he overextends, oh, this could be brutal. And CRASHIES is just contact. Whoa, lurking us all the way through, but quick reactions from Fatinho to be able to find a kill.
And his intuition kicking in there. Even though he had no idea that CRASHIES was in that spot, Spidey senses tingling.
Ult online with CRASHIES though, with that res online now. Oh, a lot of damage. Okay, FNS is in a bit of trouble. Does manage to vacate the section of mid. Fatinho's taking a very risky peek. Another shot fired right into the Sage wall. ARDIIS from the high ground now just trying to cover these players, and there is no challenge really to break this wall. And this
Nanoswarm broken.
Yeah. The setup is now going to become so difficult to break. There's a Hunter's Fury as well to try and back up NRG in this post plant.
This looks wild, though. ARDIIS' crosshair placement is going to be awful for HOODY. Still gets the kill.
Still gets the kill and drops down even closer. Slow walk close. Fatinho over the top now. He needs to get some value. Needs to get a kill. And he does find the one. But there is... timing needs to be played. The res to bring HOODY back up. The
CRASHIES has ult.
is ticking. CRASHIES has his ult. Hunter's Fury and nobody clears Tom. Holding it down. 3 kills. And what more can you do? Cloud
so much responsibility, and it's just not possible for him. 13-7 will be the scoreline. And NRG, what an answer back after that map one.
Incredible performance from NRG. From Som as well, man. He has just gone from strength to strength on this stage.